So now we're looking at flexible budgets, and we're going to move on a little bit from marginal costing, where in marginal costing we had one formula, everything was built around one formula. We will see other formulas there later on, but that's the main formula that we're going to work with. Flexible costing, we have two formulas we're going to deal with. Total cost formula we've seen before, so the total cost of producing something is going to be the variable cost per unit. Variable cost is always on a unit basis. This is the ingredients going into a product, multiplied by the quantity we're going to produce. And we add on to that the overall fixed cost, and that gives us the total cost. But to be able to separate them, the first thing we need to do is work out what is the variable cost per unit, and then we'll put that into our formula, and that will give us, once we know what our total costs are that might be given, we'll be able to work out from that our fixed cost element. So for this one here, this example that I've got, we have two different production levels, so 5,000 and 7,000, and the cost goes from 200 to 220. So there's an increase of 20,000 in the cost divided by an increase of 2,000 in the number of units, because the units rises from 5,000 to 7,000. So that means that the cost is, in euro terms, it's 10 euro, and I'm labeling this now to make sure we don't kind of get confused with the number of units. So 10 euro per unit variable cost. Okay, so now I know what my variable cost is. I've done number one here. I've used my first formula. So that means that there's 10 euro per unit involved in producing every product. Now I need to find out, I've got my variable cost now, I need to try and work out what my fixed costs are going to be. So I'm going to choose any level of production. So either I produce 5,000 or produce 7,000. So I'm going to choose at, let's say, 7,000 units. Okay, so it's at 7,000 level units of production. My total cost at 7,000 units is 220. So 220, again, I'm putting that number into my formula here, equals. Now, so we've got 10 multiplied by Q. So what's the quantity there? The quantity is 7,000 units. Okay, plus fixed costs. Okay, so when I do my maths here on this, 10 by 7,000 is 70,000. So I'll end up with 220. Now, I have 70,000 here on this side of the equal sign. I'm going to bring it over and I'm going to subtract it. So it's a plus here, bring it over and I'm going to subtract it from 220. So 150,000 must be my fixed cost. And again, I'm going to label that there with a euro symbol so we know that that's money that we're dealing with. Okay, so the cost of us producing these goods is 10 euro for every unit variable cost and 150,000 fixed costs. Now, just so we understand, we can do this at any level of production here, when I'm using my second formula. So if I did the same thing at, let's say, 5,000 units, the total cost of 5,000 is 200,000, and 200,000 equals, now, 10 euro per unit multiplied by 5,000 units, okay, plus fixed costs. So, 200,000. Now, this here, 5 by 10 is 50, okay, so that's a plus here. I'll bring it over the other side of the equal sign and make it a minus. Okay, equals. So there's my fixed cost. So I end up with the same number. You'll always end up with the same number when you're doing whatever level of production I've decided to work at. Fixed costs. Okay. I hope that makes sense in showing you how to use the two formulas we have here to separate our fixed and variable